My delegation's profound gratitude to the Government of India for this generous hospitality accorded to us, as well as for the organization of the ASEAN-India Business and Investment Meet and Expo in this extraordinary city of New Delhi. It gives me great honor to represent my country in today's event. This business and investment activity bears particular significance as it coincides with the ASEAN-India Commemorative Summit to mark the 25th anniversary of the ASEAN-India dialogue relations. The leaders of the ASEAN member states, together with India, will meet in a couple of days to take stock of the achievements that have been made over the past 2 decades, as well as to discuss future direction for the enhanced ASEAN-India strategic partnership. It is therefore opportune that our discussion at this special event aims to contribute towards the aforementioned objective. Colleagues, ASEAN and India share a long and glorious history of friendly relations. We are both inheritors to a crossroad culture, located as we are at the intersections of major land and sea routes, which made our region a center for the mobility of people, merchandise, and culture. ASEAN and India also drew inspiration from one another and contributed to the cultural enrichment and advancement of our entire region. We are not only immediate neighbors, but also close partners. Friends and colleagues, over the years, ASEAN-India cooperation has been significantly enhanced in all aspects. Notably, the economic and trade cooperation has been significantly improved, where agriculture is one of the key engines of ASEAN-India economic growth. Being agrarian-dependent economies, ASEAN has a variety range of food and agriculture, with a number of ASEAN countries ranking as worldwide top exporter in products as rice, fruits, vegetable, and coffee. ASEAN is also a global leader in industry crops like palm oil, rubber, and pepper. Consequently, a development of the agriculture sector remains one of the most important areas under ASEAN cooperation framework, as well as in the establishment of trade links with countries across the globe, of course, including this great country, India. Agriculture plays a vital role in both ASEAN and India's economy. A number of the rural households of the region depend on agriculture as their principal means of livelihood. And in this connection, I am pleased to note that in the first half of January 2018, the fourth ASEAN-India Ministerial Meeting on Agriculture and Forestry was held here in New Delhi, and during which India was committed to work with ASEAN countries to develop rural areas and eradicate poverty in line with the implementation of the ASEAN Community Vision 2025. We therefore hope that the outcome of the meeting will be effectively implemented to ensure sustainable and inclusive development in this region. India has done well in the past decades in horticulture, fisheries, and park production, as well as in developing agriculture technologies to enhance farm productivity. ASEAN therefore hopes that India will continue to assist ASEAN in these areas through joint research, exchange of best practices and expertise, and transfer of technology in order to improve productivity and generate better income for our farmers. As for the bilateral trade relations between Laos and India, I would like to highlight that although the volume of trade is not high, but it has been increasing over the years. In 2016, bilateral trade reached $198.8 million, increased by 18% from that of 2015. The main export products from Laos to India are metals, copper ore, rubber, and wood products, whereas machinery, electronic equipment, and pharmaceutical are the main products imported from India to Laos. I therefore would like to take this opportunity to encourage more investment from India to Laos, particularly in the areas of agro-processing industry, using the benefit from the existing ASEAN-India Free Trade Agreement. Friends and colleagues, textile industry provides one of the most basic needs of people and maintain sustained growth for improving quality of life. It has a unique position as a self-reliant industry, from the production of raw material to the delivery of finished products with substantial value addition at each stage of processing. It is a major contribution to the economy development. The Indian textile industry is one of the largest in the world, with a massive raw material and textile manufacturing base, and therefore see the potential that both sides could also tap on to further boost our economic ties in the near future. Distinguished delegates, friends and colleagues, why this concept of blue economy has been discussed for some time, both at the regional and global level, which may refer to the notion of harnessing seas and ocean for sustainable development. Is rather a new concept for this part of the world, and particularly for Laos as a landlocked country. We have no sea, although we have the Mekong River. It is therefore encouraged that this discussion be continued to raise awareness and promote understanding on this concept of blue economy, and thus leading to the possibility of exploring concrete cooperation activities among countries in the region. Despite our nature as a landlocked country in Southeast Asia, Laos share importance on enhancing maritime cooperation through actively participating in maritime-related activities organized within ASEAN and also between ASEAN and its dialogue partners, and of course including this great country, India. We also share the view that enhanced cooperation to address maritime issues such as sea piracy, search and rescue at sea, maritime environment, maritime security, and maritime connectivity, for instance, are in the interest of the whole region. Connected through land, rivers, and seas, ASEAN and India over the years have pursued maritime security cooperation and maritime connectivity through all various fora initiated by ASEAN, including engagement under the ASEAN Regional Forum and the expanded ASEAN Maritime Forum, the so-called EAMF. Though there has been increasing cooperation in recent years, our region is still not completely immune to transnational crime at sea, such as piracy and armed robbery against ships, illegal drug trafficking, human trafficking, maritime theft, among others. In addition, environmental pollution caused by human and nature is still prevalent. These have posed critical challenges to the safety and security at sea and contributed to marine environmental degradation. It is therefore important that ASEAN and India intensify collaborative efforts through existing frameworks to jointly address these challenges. Let me conclude by saying that in view of our common interests and potential opportunities for cooperation in agriculture, textile, and blue economy, ASEAN and India need to further build upon our collaboration in the areas of food security, agriculture technology, agriculture marketing, and capacity building. I'm sure that with our collective will and determination, we can achieve a greater height in our relationship. I thank you very much for your kind attention.